fellas. Hang on. I'm coming this way to do something right quick. So, did y'all watch the interview? The exclusive interview? Oh my god. I wanted to go on the panel, but she there's one way that Liv talks, and that's just yell at everybody and call everybody a bitch. So I did not feel like being cursed at, and she doesn't even let you ask a dang question. Anytime anybody would say anything, she'd be like, "You stupid bitch." Okay, so if you weren't there, the link is on my community post. I put the link for this interview. It was Teatime07. It was supposed to be an interview to debunk the stories that Snipe and I'm sorry, they call that's what they call her. That's what they call her. What Yanni from Yanni says that she has you know information with exclusive stuff, and she has her FSU, and people pay for it every month, and I believe she's having the FSU VIP, whatever the hell it's called. I already lost track tonight, and she was going to expose some stuff. I don't know. She was going to talk about Liv, and as you know, um, Yanni was saying that she had proof that Liv was evicted and yada yada yada. And Yanni has been very quiet this week. I will say that. She did have her live, I think, today. I'm not in FSU, but what I was gonna say, I was gonna go up there, but Liv just doesn't let anybody talk, and all she does is cuss at people. Even though people weren't being disrespectful to her in her mind because you're having a conversation with her, she's like automatically calling everybody B words and stuff like that. So she was like, I was like, I don't feel like going up there and getting cussed at for nothing because I won't even get my question out. So basically, all I was going to say is that in the very beginning, when FSU was $8, I think I was a member like 2 times. And I noticed something. I got to look at my receipts because I still have my receipts on my Cash App on how many times exactly I was in FSU. But I will say that the times that I was in FSU, there was like nothing going on, like at all. Like she only does like a couple of lives. She'll do some reaction. All she does is just pull up the video and watch it with you. Like anything and this is back when I was in it. That's all she would do is pull up a video of Liv's and react towards it. And then after that, after she react it with us, right, in FSU, then she would go live on YouTube and then react on it. And then I noticed when she would react on it on YouTube, she'd be using like the stuff that we'd be saying. It's like she was getting like Yadi's naturally funny. She's hilarious. That's the only reason why I was in FSU because she's so freaking hilarious naturally, right? Um, and that was the reason why I was in it. It wasn't because, oh my God, I hate Liv and oh my God, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm just such a hater. No, it's because she's funny. Because she's fucking hilarious. That was the reason. But then I noticed, like, okay, I'm spending this $8, but what am I really getting out of it? Like, nothing. So she would just do like 1 or 2 lives a week. I don't know if it's changed now, but I just noticed that she started using like our material, like stuff that we were saying or things that we were noticing in the videos. She would turn around and say it in YouTube. But anyways, so then when I honestly, whenever she had started saying that she doesn't work weekends and working weekends was for losers, is kind of when I was like, wait a minute, I work weekends. I work weekends, even though my position is Monday through Friday, but it just leaves me so much more work on Monday. So I work on the weekend by choice. Okay, not because I have to or anything like that, but I just didn't like somebody being like that, like being judgmental with somebody else's work. And that's when I was like, you know what? I really don't get anything out of it. She eventually comes to YouTube and says it anyways. So yeah, I'm out. So then I stopped paying for it. But that was a long time ago. That was over a year ago. And I'll have to look at my receipt to see how long I was in there. So, anyways, so it turned into everybody just basically confronting Liv and telling her what they thought about her and why she lied about this. And it was on and popping in the beginning. There's this girl named Marissa that apparently Liv used to sleep with the cousin or something. And I think Marissa had some insight on Liv because Liv did not want to talk to her, was cursing over her, cussing, and like calling her all kinds of names. And it was kind of crazy. The thing that it was a good live, it was very entertaining. I did actually watch the whole thing, but the only thing that I didn't like was the internet was shoddy. It was like in and out. And then the host was kind of confused. Okay. As you know, the host partakes in gardening. Okay. I think they were gardening just a little bit too much. Okay. I don't garden, never have, never will. So I don't understand that. But it was just kind of like, okay, we're trying to get this show on the road. People want to say things, and you're just sitting there confused. But I will say, towards the middle to the end is when it got really good, even though it was like popping up in the beginning. But I do suggest watching the live in its entirety if you want to. Like I was doing laundry while I was doing it. I was cooking dinner while while I was watching it. So it's a good thing to pass the time. But it was good. Um, Now, so Liv did say she's going to be pressing charges on Yanni for stalking and harassing. So there's that's coming up. The only reason she said that she hasn't done it already is because she doesn't have an address. She basically just needs an address, and Mama Stella and Liv want they've been wanting to press charges, but they don't know where she lives. But somebody came up and spoke on the panel and said you don't even need her address. Like if you have like I guess her government name, her a former address or whatever, which Liv does have, um, now that she knows she can do it, she says she is going to press charges because everybody, like so many people, I want to say a lot of people were saying, why haven't you pressed charges against her? She's gone overboard. She's gone in person, to see you. She's confronted you. Like, why don't you do something? And Liv was saying, well, I don't know. I just need an address. And then somebody came up and said, you don't even need her current address. So I guess Tea Time has Yanni's address, I guess, and that's where Liv's gonna get it from. And then Liv has her date of birth and her government name, and she's gonna go ahead and proceed. That's what she says. I don't know if she's actually gonna do it, but Liv was also asking Yanni to post the receipts or the proof that her sister was, in fact, the op. And she has all this stuff, but doesn't prove it, and people just take her word for it because people just don't like me, which might be true. I don't really believe anybody. I don't believe Liv. I don't believe Yanni. I don't believe anybody. Like I don't believe neither one of them. This is just strictly like entertainment for me. Okay. Um, I see. I know social media is a certain way, and I know what it is. I know Liv is about it. She's only on social media for the money. So is Yanni. And somebody did mention in the live, the interview, that they're basically pretty much the same person. Liv and Yanni. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That is kind of crazy that you say that because I never actually noticed that. And I guess I kind of agree that they are kind of similar. They both have two completely different stories on the meetup at the courthouse. Liv says that Yanni was trying to befriend her and what came at her calm came at her like, "Hey, come on, stop, Liv. Let's talk. Let's have a meeting or something, or an interview or something." And Yanni says that she went up there and said, "I should bump your head against the wall or whatever." And then Yanni says that Liv ran off to the security, and Liv says she didn't. She just got away and whatever. But remember, she was pregnant at that time. Um, Now, the way Liv was talking today, I wouldn't be surprised if that Marissa girl, Melissa or Marissa, I can't remember her name, the one that says that that Liv used to sleep with her cousin. I wouldn't be surprised if she pulls up on her because it sounds like they've been going at it for a while. And I never heard this story about Marissa before or the cousin, so I was new to it. But Marissa did say that Liv is the one that's stalking her on Facebook from burner accounts or like fake accounts, and Raquel's fake account and her fake account, and she even submitted the proof to Tea Time. She emailed it and said, "Look," and it's even on Lipstick Alley if you want to go check it out. Um, I don't know. I haven't been on Lipstick Alley for a while, so but if you're interested in that, that's there too. And then somebody, oh my gosh, whoever this was, and went up there and said, "What does AJ do to Kalani? Do you see that?" And she's like, "AJ doesn't do nothing to Kalani." Who was there? A show of hands. Who was there when Liv was on live with her back turned and AJ was turning the rope around Kailani's neck? Who was there? I was there. I remember seeing that. And there have been several times that you will hear Liv say, "Stop, don't do that to Kailani. Leave Kailani alone," or something to him. So she knows. She knows that that little boy is always harassing Kailani. And then somebody else in the chat, I didn't get your name. I'm so sorry, whoever you were. Another kudos to whoever it was. It might have been the same person, but they said AJ treats Kailani the way Olivia treats AJ. And I'm like, hell yes. 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 That is exactly correct. Because that's learned behavior. He's seen that or experienced that somewhere, in my opinion. And he in turn is doing that to Kailani. So anything he does to her is being done to him. Another thing that was kind of, I know she's a mom and everything, Liv, but like she's trying to overdo it now. Now that she's back in Texas, she's trying to act like she's like a great mom now. So she's like, "Yes, baby. No, baby. What, baby?" And like these kids are like talking over her and while she's doing the interview. So that was kind of like, come on, like you can cut the show already. Like cut the show. Cut the show. I will say one other thing I haven't heard Liv talk about because I think she knows there's no fat chance is the GoFundMe for the attorney's fees. I don't think anybody's going to donate. Oh, and she was still saying, because somebody said, "You're always lying, so how are we going to believe you?" or whatever. She's like, when was I lying? And they're like, about the OB and about being homeless. And she's like, I really was. She's still saying she was really in a situation and didn't have a place to go and didn't have the apartment. I don't know what apartment is going to hold on for 3+ months. 3+ months. I don't think she was behind like she said she was because after 2 months, even sometimes even after just 1 month, they start doing the process of evicting. So I don't think she was ever even behind because especially if it's 3 months plus, you're already your information's already sitting at the courthouse at that point. So, and if everybody was calling the apartments and everybody said she was gone, the apartments would have processed it or started it already, and there was nothing in the courthouse about her being evicted. So I don't think she was ever behind. I think it was all part of the show. It was all part of the plan, you know? So that's just my opinion. What else did they cover? They also covered, it was really good. I do suggest it, even though there was a few interruptions and whatever. Some of it was actually really good, and you got to hear the other side as well. Um, there was some people there that were from FSU, and then there was the people on tea time, and then there's people from Liv side. So it was a combination of a lot of different people, and it was actually really entertaining. And I am actually going to tip the host. I got his cash app, so I'm gonna be sending him some money because it was pretty good. And he's also not monetized. And I'm not on anybody's side, okay? I'm not on Liv's side. I'm not on tea time side. I'm not on Yanni's side. This is just for entertainment. I have a very stressful life. I have a lot going on right now in my life, and this is just like a little break from reality, right? A little escape from reality. Um, so yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and tip him because he's not monetized. He doesn't get paid for his content. And he was like the referee the whole time, you know? He was like the referee and then Liv like, screaming over everybody, calling everybody a stupid bitch, And at first I thought she hung up when that Marissa girl, I want to know more about that story. Because that Marissa girl that went up there, um, she like it's like it was like she disappeared. Like I think Liv was gonna hang up and then she decided to stay on and she just muted it and then she just said fuck it, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Because the live was originally supposed to be about Yanni and debunking her lies. Oh, she's also, here's another big one. Are y'all sitting down? Let me get a sip of my Alani. Hold on. So this woman, she is alluding to the fact, Libby is alluding to the fact that her and Gerard are back together. Okay. She said, I already blew up the spot once. I can't do it again. So she's alluding to the fact that they are back together, knocking boots again. So do that. Do I believe her? No, I don't because she's a liar. But I didn't believe it the first time either. So don't listen to me because I don't know. I don't know anything. But yeah, she alluded to the fact that they're back on. And oh yeah, and then people were questioning about the OB, right? And they're saying, how did you just have an OB and then you're right back on the treadmill? Like, and she didn't get it. She did not get it. She's like, oh, it's easy. You could be pregnant one day and 2 days later get an OB. Um, because as long as it's less than 6 weeks. So then she said she's less than 6 weeks, okay. But your in part of your insides are being, taken out, right? So you're not supposed to lift anything for I think 6 weeks, right? Or something like that. Like you have to take it easy or you start moving shit around in there. You have to let your insides rest. Um I mean, I don't know exactly how the procedure goes, but I think it's almost like giving birth. You still have to wait the 6 weeks, don't you? And then she's already in a whole nother relationship. Like she just doesn't get how ridiculous she sounds. Like you were just homeless and now she's back with her support system. Like, where was your support system when you're taking the people's money? Oh, and she still has money in the bank because she was feeling herself. She was very cocky, very arrogant, like very like back to normal, like she always is. Which I don't understand why people think she has changed. She has not, and she proves it time and time again. All right, I'm done with the rants. It was a great, great little live. I got my laundry done. I cooked fideo for dinner. I made fideo with the carne picada. right? I was bussing. Um, and now I'm just chilling. Anyways, I hope you have a great day and back to work tomorrow. Bye.